today?
I'm Candace Stinchcomb. I'm the office, I work with the Office of Career Services. I'm the coordinator of programs.
Okay. And in that position, what do you do?
What I do is I help students like yourself be career ready by the time they graduate from ASU. So what I do is I hold weekly workshops on anything from how to choose a major to writing your resume, dress for success, all the way to how to resign your position at your career job professionally. So we want to make sure that you are career ready by the time you graduate. So some of the other things that I do besides hold workshops is I'll go and to different classrooms doing the same type of workshop. So, we can be very flexible, but I'll also work with students individually to make sure that they can search for internships or their career jobs through the programs that we have for them. I help them practice interviewing, either face-to-face or through virtually. The other things I do is help find career positions. I work with companies, try to fill their vacancies through career jobs or internships. But I just want to make sure that each student is career ready before they leave ASU.
Gotcha. And within your last answer, I heard that you pretty much help students apply for internships, workshops, help with their resume, and pretty much try to get them career ready. So, how do you feel like that helps diversity within some of these companies that you send out for these students?
Well, right now, with companies, various companies, small and large ones, they are starting to realize that they're not diverse. Our students want to work for a company with employers and employees, co-workers that look like themselves, okay? That could mean various things. So other companies are listening and they're making a big push to hire more minority type individuals, which is great, and it's across the board. So it gives our students a greater opportunity to find the bigger jobs that they want. They have more of a selection.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so within these jobs, you just said that they realize that they don't have as much diversity. How do you feel about these students actually applying for these positions?
I think it's wonderful. To be quite honest, it's a wonderful thing because these companies that may typically not hire so many minorities, they may not even have noticed what they're missing out on, but it's given our students a bigger chance to get hired in these positions that maybe normally they wouldn't have been even considered for whatever reason. But this is a great opportunity for our students.
How do you feel that your position helps ASU and its students, period?
Well, obviously, I am white. So I am bringing something a little bit different to the table because not that I really see color or anything like that, but I'm helping students think of the other side. Hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Let's look at your resume and see what it says and compare it to a number of other resumes that may look a little different. And when I first got here, I was seeing a lot of photographs on their resumes. And that's one of the big things that resumes are not supposed to include are photographs. And that just by eliminating the photograph, that eliminates one step of discrimination if that's what the companies are doing. And I can't guarantee that's what they're doing. But if you're looking at a resume without photos and you have two and you compare them, then you're basically comparing them as equals. The discrimination factor is not there. So it takes that part out.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your passion for your job.
Oh, I love it. So for me, it's about seeing the students and when they come in, and we've got in the last year and a half, our office has gotten a lot busier, which is wonderful. But I'm seeing the students come here and I'm seeing them grow. They're coming in asking for assistance. Hey, can you look at my resume? Can you help me practice interviewing? And the thrive is there. They're good students. They've got good GPAs. They're smart. So I'm excited for them in going out into the real world, whether it be internships or career ready, and just seeing them grow as an individual and mature. Seeing them come in one day with ripped jeans or t-shirts on, which is fine, But then now I'm seeing them come in with more professional attire. So they're like, I'm ready for this, you know. And then seeing them graduate and knowing that they already have a job when they graduate, that's the ultimate, because they are successful. Each one of these students are very successful. And granted, I didn't have a part in their grades, you know, in the academic world, but I just have a part in their future. And that's what I want. I want to make sure that they get the job that they want, that the salary that they're capable of. And it's wonderful. And I don't want them to think about, hey, I have to stay in my hometown or anything, because they don't. You really need to go wherever the jobs are. And the students, they're realizing that. I mean, some of them are staying here in Alabama, but or back at where they're from, but then a lot of them are moving around to where the jobs are, and encouraging them to look out, you know, for themselves. And yes, you can stay with family, but the horizon, you know, just watching them go out and make something of themselves is a wonderful feeling.
Right. So tell me a little bit of how you got into career services. What made you actually get into this position?
Okay. Well, I have a counseling psychology background, and my undergrad is basically justice and public safety. So kind of different, you know, obstacle, you know, sides of the world and stuff. But I love helping people, and that's what my passion is. No matter what I was doing my, you know, careers before, I'm always wanting to help. So I came back home to Montgomery, and then this job did fall in my lap, and I'm grateful for it, because it gives me a different perspective, so to speak. Because before I was helping juveniles who were delinquent, doing juvenile probation, and I was, you know, helping them in their academic world and just counseling. You know, you hear problems and things of that nature, and I've always worked with teenagers, so to speak. So this one, I'm just kind of continue on working with young adults, and I'm still able to watch them grow, and that just kind of fits what I enjoy doing.
So what's your name and major?
My name is Shantavius Miles. I'm a biology pre-health major.
And what are your plans with biology pre-health?
My plan is to apply to medical school and hopefully one day become a surgeon, practicing surgeon.
Gotcha. So are you familiar with Ms. Dixcom?
Miss Stitchcom, yes.
Okay, so how do you feel that her sending out various internships kind of help you out as far as a student?
I think, I'll say this. Miss Stitchcom sent out a few opportunities actually that I had the chance to take place in. One was the CFA Scholars, which was a program that allows students in historically black colleges and universities to reach in on home buying tips and different things of that nature. Also, when I attended a research symposium in oncology with Janssen Pharmaceuticals last summer. So it's very helpful to me as a student.
Gotcha. How do you feel that, you know, she's an American, so how do you feel that she helps African Americans here at this HBCU?
I think she helps us by exposure. I know it sounds crazy, but exposure to a diverse workforce, kind of what she allows us to see as a student body.
How do you feel about, you know, some of these diversity internships that she sends out to, you know, some of these opportunities are Fortune 500 companies that are looking for diversity within their company. So how do you feel that her sending those internships out to us helps us and it helps those companies?
I think it helps us as a student body. Many of those opportunities, many companies push diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they don't do the work to actually go out to these institutions and get those students. So kind of what Ms. Stitchcom has done is brought those opportunities, or her along with Dr. Crowder has brought those opportunities to us as a student body, send them to our emails every day. I think I get about 10 emails every day from Ms. Stitchcom about different opportunities that are open to the student body. So I think with her, it's helping us as a student body become aware of those opportunities in those workforces that need more people like us.
I did an interview with Ms. Stitchcom and she said that, you know, this is her passion to pretty much help out. She didn't really say it as African Americans, but pretty much help out students, you know, within the diversity area. Do you say with those 10 emails that you get a day, would you say that, you know, you can tell that she's very passionate about her job?
I can definitely tell that she's very passionate, one, with the emails, because they're a lot, and I'm sure it takes a lot to find different opportunities that are available for students, whereas they're left-handed, whereas they're African American, whereas they're part of the LGBTQ community. So there's so many areas that I've seen her offer to the student body that no matter if you're black, yeah, you may still be part of a different demographic within that black community. So it's been a lot of opportunities for people, different backgrounds, Native Americans, all like that.
Within the internship that you obtained from, you know, one of the internship opportunities that she sent out, what would you say was your best learning experience from it?
My best learning experience, well, I got an exposure to research. Learned that I didn't like research that much. So Ms. Stitchcomb also encourages me. She walks in the office, asks about my graduate school process, where I'm applying, trying to get me into touch with those different program coordinators and directors. So she's very helpful.
Do you feel that Ms. Stitchcomb pretty much just helps out what she can, or she just, you know, does it because it's a passion?
I honestly think it's her passion. It's her passion, and I think it just so happened that her passion is her job, and that's helping others, she's making investments in our futures as students. She's setting up opportunities for us to leave Alabama State University, go straight into a career, or at least equipping us with the knowledge and tools to go on to graduate school. Whatever is after this place, her, Dr. Crowder, and Ms. Shelton are working hand in hand in making sure that the student body receives what they need.
Within the career services position, which Ms. Stitchcomb holds now, we've seen, you know, more than 3 people in that position during our time here at Alabama State. What would you say is the evolution of that position since Ms. Stitchcomb has took it over?
I would definitely have to say I see a more hands-on connection with the student body and career services. It seems like there has been a bridge that has been built over the division of students and career services. So we're seeing more career symposiums taking place. We're seeing more. I've seen a job fair that offer more than just jobs for business. We're getting companies here that serve so many different areas, and that will allow our students to go into so many different avenues. So very diverse with the selections.
Well, I do have one last question.
Okay.
So, as far as the New Orleans trip, have you heard about the New Orleans trip? Are you going to New Orleans trip?
I'm not going to New Orleans. Actually, Ms. Stitchcomb said to me that I know what I want to do. So I know that I'll be applying to a biomedical sciences program. So we sat down and talked about that, and she felt that I shouldn't take the opportunity from another student. So we talked about that and arranged what was best for me. So
do you feel like she's more of a mentor to you?
I would definitely have to say I believe she's a mentor to me. She's always offering great advice about what I should do. When it was time for me to take my MCAT, when I was looking for studying tips, she's actually helping me look for scholarships with biomedical sciences. So definitely a mentor, definitely someone that I listen to and look up to.